Albania, and he will be giving us an update on what's happening in Albania. But he's fortunate enough to be sitting in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Vienna, so I'm sure he's enjoying his holiday.
Hi, everybody. I hope you hear me and probably see my picture too. So you can make a connection with the LinkedIn connection I made with all of you. I'm very pleased and more than honored to be part of this excellent networking and experts team, and also honored to present a small country, which is not yet in the Europe, but I hope it will be soon, where some regulations and drone business is growing as in many other countries in the world. Let me give you a short overview about the stakeholders and institutions involved in the aviation and also related to the unmanned aviation, drones specifically, starting from the ministry, which is the top of the pyramid, then the Civil Aviation Authority. We have the ALP control, as in many countries is ANSP in Albania. We have the National Authority for Air Incidents and Accidents, which I think is a very hot topic also in this discussion with UAM and AAM. Ministry of Interior, we have still some troubles, probably worldwide, for the law enforcement, how to protect the airspace and also the misuse of drones. And of course, some other stakeholders, which I hope they'll be more active in the future, like local authorities, service providers, drone operators, and Ministry of Defense also, and civil society. We don't have yet in Albania the high topic discussion about UAM and AAM, but at least now in Albanian public, there is a visible and tangible information about the drones, and many businesses are using the drones besides of military, as in many countries of you are representing here, with a focus on construction industry, inspections of infrastructure, civil protections, firefighting, and first responder, to the marketing industry, tourism, real estate, and PR projects. But not yet a hot discussion about UAM and AAM. The regulatory picture is very simple. We have the aviation law. It's called in Albania Code of Aviation, amended in 2020. Then in the same time, the Albania as a candidate to join the European Union, hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years. The first step was made to adopt, and it's almost the same regulation from European Union, based on 1139 regulation about common rules and field and civil aviation, where drones takes a significant part. And based on this regulation, as we all know, from the European Union at least, we have 3 other or even more regulations concerning specifically drones, but less the UAM, AAM. And all these regulations are in Albania active, 945, 947, 664 about U-Space, but not the rest of the U-Space regulations, but I hope it will come soon. So we have a pretty organized and well-functional regulation on the paper, to be honest. The implementation, it's not so easy, and I hope with some involvement of partners, even myself as a company, we can bring it on the top of discussion with the Albanian government and the public. The regulation 665, 666 about U-Space is not yet implemented or even discussed. There is no discussion about UAM, AAM. I put it in red just to stress it out. There are some projects and conferences. We heard from Ivo from Bulgaria, some common initiatives with region of Puglia in Italy, Albania and Montenegro, where the topic of drones, even advanced development in the drone industry are discussed. I participate myself to these projects and raised my hand to take in consideration for the future. There are some issues in Albania, probably in other countries too, about the misuse of drones. So there's a need, and there are many counter-drone solutions around. mainly tracing and jamming and spoofing, depending on the topics. The actual situation, again, about the public sentiments, we don't have reliable data about how the perception of drones from the public. My, let's say, empiric data I could collect through these 4 or 5 years is that the private operators using drones are considered as intruders of the private sphere, whether the drones used by the police forces and the first responder are much better accepted. I think this is a phenomenon worldwide, not only in Albania. The majority of users are not really aware about regulations. This is my task and also the civil aviation to bring this topic on the surface. We had some discussion. I have some workshops and seminars bringing the discussion about the regulation, respecting the regulation and improving of this one. But at the end of the day, we are all depending on the, let's say, governmental decisions, and it's up to CAA also in Albania to follow up this issue. The outlook, again, increasing efforts of CAA to elaborate on the regulations, as I mentioned before. These are on the paper. There are some other discussions to introduce the additional amended and updates. Many businesses are profiting from business by using drones, and some of them are more and more aware about regulations. I see some opportunities that the increase of business will put a pressure on civil aviation to adopt the regulation to cope with this new situation, because to be honest, I was a little bit surprised that Albania was so fast introducing the European Union regulation. If we take 945, we don't have in Albania companies producing drones. So it doesn't make sense in the concept of regulations to introduce. But nevertheless, it was a good step towards the European Union. Challenges, we have implementation regulation challenges, stakeholders or other participants of the business with drones are not considered yet. It's a kind of monopolization of these topics from the Civil Aviation Authority only. There are control report issues. We don't have any drone incident yet reported, but there are many of them, small one, but still. Promotion regulations, and we have some updating issues. The regulations in Albania are a bit old from my point of view. So because we know from the ASA or UK, probably FAA too, they are updating, upgrading, and coping with the new development. Upcoming events, I try to organize and push this discussion with the CAA. I hope it will come to this event by the end of the year to have a kind of workshop, exchange of views with some stakeholders, including Ministry of Interior, police forces, law enforcement. I hope it will come soon. Once I know more, we can report it to you and let you know. Probably some of you can even join and give some advice there. Yeah, conclusions. Albania has the most advanced legislation in the Western Balkans. There are 6 countries as a candidate to join the European Union. We are the first country which are introducing these new regulations. The perception of public are increasing automatically because the people see the drones flying around the airspace. Businesses using drones are increasing, and especially the part of the real business, like specific category. We need more efforts from the CAA to promote this sector. And we have some projects regionally, I mentioned before, between Italy, Montenegro, and Albania. There are probably some potential projects with Greece, our neighbor countries, and the rest. Probably also with some of your countries in Europe and members of this experts team. It might happen that some European Union projects can also contribute to Albania. We need to improve the law enforcement and to stop the illegal operation of drones. About myself, I created a company 5 years ago with the aim of training on the 3 main categories or subcategories of the regulations. Consulting. We are working with some partners to have the first USSP operator in Albania. Let's see how to work. we are participating in innovation programs. We give advisory services for SORA. We had last month a company doing a swarm project. It was not easy. And of course, I'm more than interested to participate with other members, partners worldwide on UAM, AM, and U-Space projects. And I have with a small team a kind of summer school for young people to make them confident and introduce the drones and STEM programs. So that's all about Albania, about myself. Feel free to contact me. And again, I'm very happy to be part of this large community. And I look forward to hear tomorrow and the day after tomorrow what's going on. For any questions, again, via email or through this.
Thank you so much, Adrian. It was really good listening to you and finding out what you guys are up to. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. And now I'd like to introduce you to Julie Garland from Ireland.